age for 3 guys is asked, and the program finds who's the oldest one. And by doing that, you can find the youngest one yourself by reversing that, whatever I teach for you for the oldest one. So how do we do that? We say first guy, right? And then we say equal to, and then obviously we need age in integer, so we get an input, and then we say, okay, we need an input in an integer. We want to say enter the age for the first guy, right? And then we done that, and then we define the second variable, and we say enter the age for second guy, right? Like this, and the second guy, okay, and then we do the third guy, and then we do integer input, and then we do enter the age for the third guy. Okay, now you have age for first guy, second guy, and you have age for third guy, right? And then we can just put there colon and make a bit of housekeeping so it looks better when the question is asked on the screen. So if you run this one, you will see an error which is invalid decimal literal. So basically we cannot have a digit in the as a first character in the variable name. So it has to be all like this. So you can put the third as a third like this, right? Because if we put a 1, 2 in the beginning of name of variable, which is wrong. So that's why I gave you an error. Now it's okay. Enter the age for the first guy. We're gonna say is 19, second is maybe 20, third is 30. So now it should tell us who is the oldest one. In this case 31, third guy is the oldest one, but we need to write a program for that, right? So how we do that? First thing we do is we compare the first guy with the second guy, right? We say if, we don't need this bracket, we say if first guy is greater than the second guy, right? If first guy is greater than the second guy, then what do? You again compare within that. This is called nested if. Second guy is greater than the third guy, right? And if that is true, then you say print, because if the first guy is greater than the second guy and first guy is also, if first guy is greater than the second guy and the first guy is also, sorry, it should be first guy greater than the second guy, and then you compare the first guy with the third guy. So that makes sense, right? So for example, the first guy is greater than the second guy, so you don't need to compare it with second guy. You just need to see now if he is greater than the third guy. If that is true, that means the first guy is the eldest, okay, among 3. Okay, now what you want to do, if not, what would happen if not? You want to do else part? If the first guy is not greater than the third guy, but obviously you don't come into this part, yeah, you don't come into this part unless this condition is true. So if this condition is true, you already declared the first guy is greater than the second guy. Now you need to compare him with the first guy with third guy. So if it's first guy is greater than the third guy, first guy is the oldest, otherwise the third guy is the oldest. That makes sense? Else print the third guy is oldest. Why? Because if the first guy is already greater than the second guy, and then you come and compare first with the third one, then the first one is oldest, otherwise the third one is older. The third guy is the eldest. I don't know why I'm writing eldest, but okay. Now we go back in there, and then we see if, imagine, okay, if this thing will happen obviously line by line, right? So let me take some notes here. Notes, or video notes, screen notes. Yeah. So here, if you see, I did take the notes, right? Yeah, check the notes. Here we go. So one thing you understand that you have, if this is true, okay, if the first guy is greater than the second guy, then you only need to compare if first guy is greater than the third guy. If that's true, then the first guy is the eldest, otherwise the second guy is the eldest, and that's for this block. Okay, but if this block is not true, it will not come here, because this whole thing is under the first block. If the first block, which means if the first guy is not greater than the second guy, it will not come under this and compare first guy with third guy. Okay, so what we need is, we need else. And where do we need else? We need else here. So if this is not true, it comes to the else part and it skips this whole thing. Okay, so how do we do that? It's simple. We do an else here. Here we do an else, and we say else. Okay, so if first guy is not greater than the second guy, then you say if second guy, who's already greater than the first guy, is greater than the third guy. Okay? And if that is true, else, and that's going to be else if. It's going to be what? Else if. Okay? That's going to be L if, not L. L if, right? In L if you go and say if the second guy is greater than the third guy, then what is the condition? What is the solution? What is the announcement? Print. Obviously, if the first guy is not greater than the second guy and the second guy is greater than the third guy, so that makes sense, right? The second guy is the oldest one. Eldest, right? Okay. Otherwise, finally you're going to do an else. Else, if that is not true, then the third guy is the oldest one, and that's already declared, by the way, there. We don't need to declare that. It's already there. Yeah? If the first guy is greater than the second guy, no, it comes here. If the second guy is greater than the third guy, then he's the oldest. We need to do else, by the way, here. Okay? Else. Then we say third guy is oldest. Right? Right? So this is how it is done. So if I look at it block, and I'm going to clean this up, if this is true, it will come into this block. Okay? It will come into this block. If this is true, it will come here. If this is not true, it will not come here, and it will come here. Okay? And if this is not true, it will come here. Okay? So if the first guy is greater than the second guy, if it's true, it will come here and check if first guy is greater than the third guy. It will say first guy is oldest, otherwise it will say third guy is oldest. If this is not true, it will come here and say if the second guy is greater than the third guy. If the first guy is greater than the second guy and second guy is not greater than the third guy, then it comes to else part and says the third guy is eldest, otherwise say the second guy is eldest, right? So this way, when you run this program, one way or another, you are going to get the eldest guy, right? Doesn't matter who, but for sure you want to be the eldest guy. So what is the problem here? Is a colon, right? So where did we put the colon? Aleph, oh here, we didn't put the colon here. Okay, the first guy is 21, second guy is 20, 30, third guy is 26. The 69, so the second guy is older, you see? Okay, now run it again and see. We say first guy is 10, second guy is 20, and third guy is 30. And this time you'll say third guy is eldest. Okay, and then we do another round where we make the first guy eldest, right? Always good to check all the circumstances. And the third guy is 30, this is 20, this is maybe 25. The first 30, we didn't cater for that problem. Because we're just saying who's older, but then they will be equal, so you will not say anything, I think. Yeah. If you say 30, you will not say anything. Oh, it's the third guy is the oldest. Oh, because we have an else part. Oh, we can't say that the third guy is oldest because they're equal. Maybe he's 1 second older than the other. Maybe they are twins. Even if between the twins, they have the oldest, right? But yeah, we don't need to delete it. That's okay. I mean, this is the algorithm is correct. So I think you need to adapt this algorithm if you want to find the oldest, the biggest, the greater value among 3, or you could reverse this one with less than here if you want to do the youngest one, right? So I'll leave that to your imagination, and now you need to use this assignment, this one to do your assignment.